Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back.
What are you doing out here? Are you looking to trade? Answer now, or I'll start to think you're one of those damned reavers.
I'm not a reaver.
Really? You have proof of that?
No.
No. I suppose you wouldn't. Then tell me what you're doing here.
Why are you here?
Force recon. We're keeping an eye on what's going on here in Abessa. We can't match the Albs for numbers, but if we can predict where they'll attack, then we can focus our forces where they are needed and make them pay. If we bloody their noses, it'll buy us time.
What do you mean, buy you time?
So we'll stop them here before they can reach Ignadon. If all else fails, we'll draw them here and then blow the dam. The water will hit the Albs with the force of Kalan's fist, leaving none behind.
Won't flooding Abessa kill innocent people?
This is a war for the soul of Magalan. If we must sacrifice the few for the many, then so be it. We cannot allow ourselves to be weak in the face of this enemy. None of this counts for anything until we can bring these Reavers under control.
What's the problem with the Reavers?
Beyond their normal raiding, it's... well, one of their raids has put a hole in our plans. You see, the explosives on the dam need to be triggered by 2 key-coded detonators, so as to prevent any accidents. The problem is that in one of their raids, the Reavers got their hands on the 2nd detonator. Until we get it back, we can't trigger the dam.
Blow the dam? That's as crazy as one of the Duke's ideas.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
What happens if the Reavers detonate the bombs?
They can't. Like I said, it takes both detonators to blow the dam, and they've only got one. Right now, neither of us can trigger the explosives. They caught us by surprise. A mass attack on one of our positions. In the panic, the detonator got left behind.
Do the Reavers know what they have?
I doubt it. They probably would have tried to ransom it to us. It's probably on the table, exactly where it was left. At least for now. So, we have to figure out how we can force the Reavers out of our fueling station so we can recapture the detonator. And we have to do it before the Albs attack, or they discover our plan.
Do you have a plan of attack?
Yes, but I'm more concerned about what happens after it. We've only got 6 clerics to man 2 monitoring posts. 3 on each side of the dam. We can attack, but I can't afford to take any casualties.
Where are these Reavers located?
As far as we know, they're still at the fueling station. We've not seen them leave those ruins since they took them. We were using it as a monitoring post until we were overrun. It's across there, at the other side of the dam.
What would you pay me if I could solve your problem?
Wouldn't knowing you've helped the free people of Abessa be enough? No? Well, there will be plenty of loot to be gained from the Reavers. That should be encouragement enough.
What sort of loot?
Well, they're Reavers. They must have collected loot for themselves. That's what they do.
I'll take care of the Reavers for you.
Do you really think you can take them all on? Well, if you think you can take them on, then I wish you luck. Will you join us on this attack? With you along, I know we can do this.
No. I'll attack alone.
You really think you can take them on alone? I hope your skill matches your courage. Good luck. If you don't come back, we will know what happened.
We're doing great.
You don't often meet other people here. So, do you want to tell me who you are and where you came from? Abessa or Ignadon?
Neither.
Ignadon is one way, and Abessa is the other. There's no other way you came here. So, try again. Which direction did you come from, Abessa or Ignadon?
From Abessa.
Really? Tell me, Did you happen to come across a suggester called Raynor during your travels? He's out there searching for new recruits and was supposed to report here. But we've gone through an entire cycle here and haven't heard from him. So, have you seen Raynor?
Yes.
Really? Do you know what he's been doing out there for so long?
Like you said already, he's looking for new recruits.
Good to know. Thank you for the information. So, with that out of the way, what brings you here?
What are you doing out here?
Force recon. We're making sure the Albs don't try to attack Ignadon through Abessa. Well, we were, but we just lost one of our obs posts to Reavers. So the question is, do we stay or do we go? Until our commander decides if we're taking the post back or hightailing it home, our mission is on hold.
Who are you?
My name is Egon. I'm a cleric legate from Ignadon, loyal to the Hort, unlike the other clerics here in Abessa. I mean, if the ones in the Dome City would lend a hand, end of problem.
Why won't the clerics here help you?
The clerics in the Dome City haven't been true clerics for some time now. They've started believing Abessa is a state. I've heard they're even letting Albs into their city. We're trying to protect Magalan from Albs, and they're busy setting up house with them.
Sounds like you don't get along too well with them.
We will hold this dam, whatever the cost.
Not now.
I wish my brother could see this. He was always into old world stuff. You know, it's places like this that almost make you forget what a shitbag of a planet we live on.
You're going down. Time to teach you a lesson. I'll get them. Hey, what are you doing?
There's hardly anything usable in most of these ruins. They've been picked clean.
You're going down!
What?
That didn't work. That didn't work. I'm in.
I think we had better be careful here.
Okay, I'm not looting that.
There's hardly anything usable in most of these ruins. They've been picked clean.
The Reavers are all dead.
The land must have been watching over us today. We will send a message to Ignodon. Hopefully this time they'll send us the reinforcements we need. If we can hold these monitoring posts, we can hold Abessa. Take anything you find on the Reavers. You've earned it.
I found the detonator.
And you've brought it?
Yes. Here it is.
Thank you. You could just have stopped the Alms from invading Ignodon. As long as we can keep it safe this time.
You should give it to someone else.
After I lost it once, maybe I should. Not now.
We will hold this dam.
Systems are running as optimal. All we need now is the power. Ugh, good work. Let's get to headquarters now. We'll leave the rest to the auto systems. Let's see what this will do. If we can get this shielding technology to work, we're one big step forward.
Okay, we got a new legendary weapon. There it is. It doesn't deal too much damage. But it looks cool.
No, I'm not good enough for that. No. Too easy.
Shit! Shit! Start the shutdown! We're gonna get an overload! Automatic deactivation underway. I'll have to get out there myself to make sure everything's okay. Ugh, fuck. I really thought we had it that time. What the hell went wrong?
We found those robots mentioned in this note in the previous episode. Regent sword. Let's have a look at it. There it is. Nothing special for me.
Welcome to orbit, stranger. Did Kalan's call bring you here?
I came here by chance.
Those who are yet to find Kalan often misinterpret his will for chance. But open your mind, and you will learn of his ways. You will understand what he offers us. It is my purpose to spread the word of Kalan and explain his meaning to all.
What is this place?
My own communication station. From here, we can broadcast to all of Abessa. We can tell people about the dangers of the wilderness and the benefits of Kalan's wisdom. You see, the work I do here is educational. From here, I am able to warn everyone of the dangers of Elex. So, if you hear a voice from orbit, then it is surely mine, and I am but the mouthpiece of Kalan and his mighty wisdom. There are a lot of lost souls out there we can reach.
Oh, this is so good for my back. Rolling down the stairs. Okay, I have 30 attribute points. And I wanna get this and this. And I'm gonna need more than that. Okay, I missed a teleporter here, but that's okay. I can get it next time. I've been here already, and here, and here. Okay, let's check out this spot.
Can we get the fuck out of here? I'll take care of this one. Yeah, so me and you then.
Oh, nice. Albs.
I'll take care of this one.
I'm in.
Slaughter blade. Let's see. There it is. It doesn't have any element on it. Okay, now let's actually get into Dome City. Yeah, let's go into Dome City. But for that,
You should go back to Origin.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna let Ray go. And I'm gonna get my robot.
Analyzing. Useful object. Acquired.
Thanks. I can find a use for that. Follow me.
You heard about the Duke, right?
What goods have you got?
Yeah.
What? What?
Okay, let's go into Dome City.
Caution, caution. Dangerous energy levels detected. Recommend immediate withdrawal.
Are you talking about the dome there? It's a defense shield, you four.
Understood. Warning discontinued. Continuing on program.
Okay, so there are a few ways to enter into this dome city. So first, I wanna do the worst one, in my opinion.
Halt! Nobody is allowed into the city without an ID.
How do I get an ID?
You'll have to go to Gregor at the other gate. He's the only one authorized to issue new IDs. We aren't letting a lot of people in at the moment. We're having... well, talk to Gregor. I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to say.
What's happening in the city?
Well, the Dome City is a refuge for all. Outlaws, berserker, clerics, anyone who wants to be somewhere other than their homeland. Being away from home, you'd think they'd care less about what faction they were from. But for some reason, some of them have got even more fanatical. That makes keeping order difficult sometimes. The outlaws are the worst. They don't understand rules or sharing, or in some cases, that people have a right to stay alive.
You don't seem to like outlaws.
All people are welcome here. The Dome City is a refuge for all. But that means all, not just outlaws. There's a half-dozen outlaws hanging around outside the city at the old farm now. They just want to get in to cause trouble. I mean, we got everyone settled down and living together, and those outlaws, I just wish they'd disappear.
You want the outlaws in the farm to die?
Whoa, whoa, that's not what I said. I just want them to stop causing trouble for good.
About the outlaws in the farm.
You mean the threat on our doorstep? The canker in our midst? They who should disappear?
Where are these outlaws?
They've gathered east of here at an old farm, not far from the city walls. You can't miss them.
If the price is right, I will take care of the outlaws.
Are you sure you can handle this? Well, if you're willing to try, then I would be grateful if they'd vanish. I will have your reward ready when you come back. Oh, it'll be such a relief to know they're gone. But you need to prove you did it by bringing me their heads.
Okay, I'll bring you their heads.
By Kalan, what? No, no, what am I supposed to do with their heads? No, I didn't... Just make sure that the outlaws disappear. And don't trade with them, or you can forget your reward. And no heads. Don't bring me any heads.
I don't have the shard, so that's not gonna
Welcome to the camp of the impure, where the poor souls barred from the city stand and wait for the Alps to kill them.
I've got a message for you from Gustav, the guard on the gate.
What does that tool want? I can't imagine he's opening the gate for us.
He wants all of you to leave. Now.
If he wants that, then he can come and tell us himself. His power ends at the gate to the city. We're going nowhere. You tell him that.
What do I get for running your errand?
There's someone who understands profit. You'd make a good outlaw. If Gustav has decided he wants us dead, then he's too much of a danger. He's not gonna leave us alone until he's dead himself. It seems you can get close to him, so I want you to persuade him to come out here. Say you need help or something. I want to see that asshole's eyes when he dies. Bring him here, and you can have the shards he promised you, plus a sweetener on top from me for your help. How's that for profit?
Any ideas for how to get Gustav to come here?
Play to his ego. Say you need his help. He won't come and fight us on his own. But if he thinks you're fighting as allies, maybe that will get him to come with you.
You have a deal. I'll bring him here.
It might even give us a way in if he's not on the gate anymore. Maybe, maybe not. But it'll be one less cleric. Either way, bring Gustav to us and we'll take care of him. He's the main thing we need to deal with.
Okay, I'll do it.
Recommend caution. Confusing and brittle terrain.
Okay, so we can actually kill them, all of them, and talk to Gustav, and he's gonna let us into this dome city. But we can also try this path.
Halt! Nobody is...
About...
You mean the threat?
There are too many outlaws at the farm. I need your help.
Very well. But I'll only pay half. I'm risking my life and my job coming to help you. Okay? Just wait a moment. I have to find a replacement at the gate. It can't go unguarded, after all. I'll be right back. Yes. Let's go and take care of these outlaws. You'll regret that.
Gustav is dead.
Then you deserve the profit from that. Check his corpse for the reward he offered you. And here's a sweetener for getting the job done. You backed the right side. And to prove that, maybe I can help you get into the city, if that's what you want.
So now I'm just gonna reload and do another path on how to enter into Dome City. So see you back at this spot. Okay, here I am back at this spot. Now I'm actually gonna kill the outlaws, just to show you what it looks like.
Halt! Halt!
About the...
You mean the threat?
The outlaws have gone.
Gone? You mean... You've not brought me any heads, have you? No? No, good. Look, here's a reward. And the Dome City's thanks. And if any more outlaws take up residence there or inside the city, let me know. I would like to remain informed. It was good doing business with you.
How do I get an ID?
You'll have to go to Gregor at the other gate. He's the only... We aren't letting a lot of people in at the moment. We're having... Halt! Nobody is...
Halt! No one is allowed into the city without an entry permit.
Requesting access.
Hey, is that a U4? Nice drone. Sorry, little drone, I'd let you in, but I presume you want to stick with this guy. Without a permit, he's gonna stay out here.
The outlaws who were trying to get into the city are dead.
Well, that's good news for someone. You know, one of them had requested an entry ID for the city, so the timing has worked out well for you. Maybe you'd want to take his entry ID. That would get you in. What's a curse for one person is a blessing for another, eh? So here, take the ID. Oh, and there are some rules I need to tell you before you enter. First, stay away from the generators. Nobody but the technicians is allowed access to them. That sort of security is why we need to keep an eye on IDs. So if you meet someone who's in the city illegally, report them to us immediately, and Eric will take care of them. We can only keep peace in the city if we all work together, and we keep the city secure. That's what was laid down by the Great Council of Nagaland. And the Great Council gave the clerics the responsibility for guaranteeing the city's independence. That means everyone is welcome here, until they cause trouble. So keep the peace while you're in there. Our suggesters are busy enough without you adding to their workload. And that's it. You may pass.
Okay, now let's reload once again and enter into this city differently.
Halt! Not a step further. No one is allowed into the city without an entry permit.
Requesting access.
Hey, is that a U4? Nice drone. Sorry, little drone, I'd let you in, but I presume you want to stick with this guy. Without a permit, he's gonna stay out here.
Where can I get an entry ID?
You can't. We're full. We're short of supplies. So the decision has come down to close the gates. The full allocation of entry IDs has been given out, and we have instructions not to let anyone else in. Those outlaws have us stretched enough as it is. I'm not saying you're working with them, but until law and order is reestablished, we can't risk any more undesirables joining up with them. You'll have to wait till all this is over and done with. Say, there's a bunch of others who can't get in who've taken up residence in some houses near here. Why don't you join up with them?
Have there been any Alb attacks here recently?
With Zakor on our northern border, there are always Alb troops coming through on their way somewhere, but they don't seem to be attacking us here for the moment.
But have you heard anything about Alexiters traveling through Abessa?
Yeah, I have now that you mention it. Alexiter Calyx was reported to have headed north with a few combat units and a troop of mechs.
Alexiter Calyx? So he's been promoted. Tell me, how long ago did Alexiter Calyx head north?
A few days ago. They must be back at the Ice Palace in Zakor by now. What's with the interest in Alexiters? You go chasing them, you'll just find trouble. And I don't want them tracing that trouble back here.
I'm asking so I can avoid them.
Don't treat me like a rookie. You sound like someone who wants a showdown. So let me give you a warning. That approach is gonna get you and anyone close to you killed.
Okay, now let's go talk to outlaws.
Yeah, at least
Recommend caution. Confusing and brittle terrain.
right? Fucking elves. They'll cost all of us.
Really?
You think you know
Welcome to
what's
the
going
camp
on?
of the
No one
impure,
knows what's going
where the
on.
poor souls barred from the city stand and wait for the Alps to kill them.
What do you want here?
We don't want anything here. We want to be in there, in the city, as the law says we can, as the law says we should be. Those clerics are supposed to uphold the law, yet here we are. The gate's closed to us. Sounds like your drone has a few short circuits. I'll give you half price for it.
It's not for sale.
That's a shame. I can think of a few surprises that thing could give our cleric friends.
I want to get into the city. Can you get me in?
Have you tried to get in yet?
Yes, I went to the gate.
And? You got turned away, right?
I wouldn't be here otherwise.
Okay. I can offer you a way to get into the city, but it's risky because you might not get out again. At least not if they confiscate your ID.
Why won't I be able to get out?
All right. I just hope things don't go the same way they did with Cooper. The clerics have shut the city up tight. They won't let anyone who doesn't have a valid ID through the gate. Not in, not out.
Why would the clerics stop people leaving the city?
They're stopping them meeting up with us. That's what I heard. Paranoid assholes. Anyway, we're off the point. You want in, right? And I can give you a counterfeit ID that will get you in. But, once you're inside there, I need you to go and take an ID card to Cooper. That way he can come back out again. Like I say, I can get you in, but I also need you to help me out. You good with that? Does that sound like a deal?
Deal. Give me the ID, and I'll meet Cooper.
Good. Right. That's the plan. Long term. You see, Wick has all the blank IDs. So before I can get you an ID, I need you to get me Wick.
Where is Wick?
Well, that there is a good question. You see, he's been gone for a while. He'd gone over to the ruins to see if there was anything worth scavenging there, and hasn't come back. You should look for him over to the northwest if you're in a hurry to get into the city. Just look through all the houses. He should still be there, scavenging.
Are you here to pay me those shards you owe me? Because I'm pissed at how...
Okay, now this is a great way to enter into Dome City, because right there in the city there is some kind of uprising. And in that uprising you can actually choose a side. And choosing a side can lead into destroying that city. So if you kill the outlaws for Gustav, then you're basically choosing a side, and that's gonna lead into something not so great. So at the moment, the best way how to get into Dome City is by counterfeiting the ID. Because that way, you're not choosing any side. And for anything after that, I'm gonna explain it later.
easy.
Dude. What did you try to do to that lady?
There's nothing here. Bad idea.
Okay, I'm gonna let these albs leave for now.
Analyzing structural integrity.
Someone's gotta sort this shit out before we drown in it.
Wick is dead, but I found the ID cards on his body.
Dead? Shit. I told him whatever was there wasn't worth the risk. But Wick would do anything if it would mean him getting 2 shards he could tap together. Ah well, give me the blank ID card. I'll work it up for you now. So, done. 1 fake ID ready to go.
Give me the counterfeit ID.
Okay, wait a second. Your image has to be added there first. So, done. Here's your ID. And this is the ID for Cooper. Take it to him. But make sure the clerics don't see it, see him, or see you handing this over. And do it as soon as you get in there. He's been at risk too long as it is. We don't need him being held, or worse, turned into a vegetable by the suggesters.
You want to cross him? You're crazy.
Someone hears that. I've heard a lot about that. I'm not sure I believe it.
Initiating area scan.
Yeah, I think I've done
Detecting high levels of obsolence.
Halt! Not a step further. No one is allowed into the city without an entry permit. Halt! No one is...
I heard you hold people prisoner if they can't prove their identities.
Of course. Need a valid ID to enter or to leave. It's important we keep the right balance here, and that we can hold people accountable. We've worked hard to keep things running here. We can't start letting people flood in, or the troublemakers will take over. Anyone who tries to get around with ID is given straight to the suggesters to be taken care of.
What's a suggester?
Our suggesters are the reason things remain peaceful in the city. If someone causes trouble, then they're either thrown out
see a suggester for reorientation, or both. But don't worry, it's a positive experience that will leave you happy about life. Even so, I recommend avoiding it.
I have an entry ID. Let me through.
Really? I thought I knew all the ones that had been issued. And you were here asking about getting ID before. So tell me where you got this one.
It belongs to my brother. He loaned it to me.
You know that's not how IDs work. They're for the person they were issued to. Ha! If you hadn't said, I wouldn't have known. The picture looks really like you. You could be twins. All right, just this once. I'll let you through. Oh, and there are some rules I need to tell you before you enter. First, stay away from the generators. Nobody but the technicians is allowed access to them. That sort of security is why we need to keep an eye on IDs. So if you meet someone who's in the city illegally, report them to us immediately, and Eric will take care of them. We can only keep peace in the city if we all work together, and we keep the city secure. That's what was laid down by the Great Council of Magalan. And the Great Council gave the clerics the responsibility for guaranteeing the city's independence. That means everyone is welcome here, until they cause trouble. So keep the peace while you're in there. Our suggesters are busy enough without you adding to their workload. And that's it. You may pass.
You mentioned the Council of Magalan.
The Great Council, yes. You'll have to speak to Judicator Alois if you want to know more about that. I'm not that well informed on my history.
Who's Alois?
Alois is the Judicator in charge of the city. You'll find him in the castle. He likes to stay close to the generators.
Where can I find Eric?
Just go straight down the path into the inner city. You should find him there.
What's happening in the city?
Nothing right now, but it's simmering. You can feel it. There was something building even before we let those Alp separatists in here. They just lit the touch paper. But hey, we're supposed to be a sanctuary, so someone decided to open the gates and let the separatists in.
I was also an Alb once.
You? Bullshit. Since when do separatists travel in small groups? What, you're serious? As if we didn't have enough trouble. You better stick with the rest of your crowd. Then I'll know where to find you when we need to kick you out. Keep your pockets closed and your eyes open. Unless you want to end up shardless and dead at the hands of those damn outlaws.
How many separatists are there in the city?
Too many. Once an Alb, always an Alb. They still hit Elex. It's just a matter of time before they turn back. I don't know what they want in the city. I'd heard a bunch of them had set up a base in the west of Abessa, so they could have gone there. If we weren't so busy here, we'd have tracked them down and cleared them out of Abessa. Last thing we need is Zakor thinking we're harboring rebels. Keep your pockets closed and
Okay, so first let's be bad and destroy this city, but we will do that in the next episode, so if you liked this one, give it a like, dislike if you think it sucked, and see you next time. Thank you.